Alright guys, we are back again with a new video. The title, Trump Out of Control Explodes into Dangerous Rant. I'm from Asia, I'm interested in US politics, and if you're interested in politics as well, please make sure to subscribe to my channel. Without wasting any time, let's dive into the video, and please excuse my accent, I'm not a native speaker. So the title seems interesting. Let's dive into the video. I'll give my review in the end of the video. Please make sure to watch the video till the end. Here we go.
Donald Trump spoke in Durham, New Hampshire, where he once again channeled the words of Hitler, ranted about windmills, and praised authoritarian adversaries.
Original videos by Live Beasley. Please make sure to check the video. Original link in the description as well. And please
well,
subscribe
here we
my channel
go
as
again.
Well.
Donald Trump just keeps telling us who he is. So please, can we believe him? He spoke in New Hampshire over the weekend, and we'll get to a few different moments from this speech, beginning with what you may have heard about already, him once again echoing the words of Hitler, saying that migrants poison the blood of the country. Take a look.
Country, when they do that, we got a lot of work to do. They're poisoning the blood of our country. That's what they've done. They poison mental institutions and prisons all over the world, not just in South America,
migrants.
Not just the three or four countries that we think about, but all over the world. They're coming into our country from Africa, from Asia, all over the world. They're pouring into our country. Nobody's even looking at them. They just come in. The crime is going to be tremendous. The terrorism is going to be. Terrorism is going to be.
I think the U.S. migrant policy is very strict.
And NBC News pointed out while reporting on that
as
moment,
compared to other countries
the
of the
term
world.
blood poisoning was used by Hitler in his manifesto Mein Kampf, in which he criticized immigration and the mixing of races. Quote, all great cultures of the past perished only because the originally creative race died out from blood poisoning, Hitler wrote. And here was the last time Trump used this phrase.
Nobody has any idea where these people are coming from, and we know they come from prisons. We know they come from mental institutions, insane asylums. We know they're terrorists. Nobody has ever seen anything like we're witnessing right now. It is a very sad thing for our country. It's poisoning the blood of our country. It's so bad, and people are coming in with disease. People are coming in with every possible thing that you can have.
So after receiving a bunch of backlash to that moment, Trump does it again in New Hampshire as we watched. So he knows what he's doing. He's choosing to echo Hitler. He reportedly had a book of Hitler speeches on his bedside table. He knows this excites his base, and that's what makes it so dangerous. The Biden campaign also responded to that moment, saying, quote, tonight Donald Trump channeled his role models as he parroted Adolf Hitler, praised Kim Jong-un, and quoted Vladimir Putin while running for president on a promise to rule as a dictator and threaten American democracy. Trump is not shying away from his plan to lock up millions of people in detention camps, and continues to lie about that time when Joe Biden obliterated him by over 7 million votes 3 years ago. He's betting he can win this election by scaring and dividing this country. He's wrong. In 2020, Americans chose President Biden's vision of hope and unity over Trump's vision of fear and division, and they'll do the same next November. And that's it. Hopefully so. And one more reference for you before moving on to other moments from the speech. Here is NYU professor and expert on authoritarians Ruth Ben-Ghiat responding.
By now you've probably heard that Donald Trump is back talking about blood pollution by immigrants. Yes, this is fascist rhetoric. The Nazis made the fear of blood pollution of their master race and their civilization a foundation of their state. Italian fascists talked about the threat of non-white immigrants coming in to ruin white Christian civilization. Mussolini actually talked about rats who should be killed because they were bringing infectious diseases and communism into Italy.
It really could not be more clear. And no, his followers won't care, and that's what's so frightening. Then, next moment from this speech, moving on from the echoing of Hitler, here's Trump just lying flat out about the jobs record of him versus Biden.
We're going to cover them. Biggest tax increase in history. When we had the biggest tax decrease ever. Think of it. Ever in history of our country, the biggest tax cut, the biggest tax decrease in the history of our country, the biggest regulation cuts in the history of our country, the best job numbers in the history of our country, the real job numbers, not the fake job numbers that they give.
So, of course, actually, Trump was one of only 2 presidents to have left office with fewer jobs than when he came into office, which is a pretty abysmal record. But you say that's because of the pandemic. Absolutely fair. We can take that into consideration.
Yeah.
We should remember that he wildly mismanaged the pandemic. But even so, giving that to him, you still see the job growth after we recovered all the pre-pandemic jobs, I should say, is still stronger under Joe Biden than Donald Trump, even if you're excluding the crisis for Trump and recovery for Joe Biden, because Bidenomics actually does work despite the propaganda of the likes of Trump and Fox News. Then Trump, cognitively unwell, gets on his usual rant about windmills.
By the way, you know, the one thing about climate, so we fight like hell, and they put up all these windmills all over the place that if you add the cost of rebuilding, and they're all rebuilt, you know, in China. They're all built in China and Germany. And they said, let's assume you're a big believer in this. They send big fumes in. So you add it all up, and it's terrible. You can't get rid of the blades. They only last 10 years. The energy is the most expensive energy you can do. They kill all our birds. If you want to see a bird cemetery, go under a windmill sometime. You'll see birds like you never saw. If you love birds, you'll start to weep. But it's just the craziest thing. They ruin our plains and fields. They're killing our whales. You know, the whales are coming in. I think we had 1 whale come in 50 years. This year we had like 12. It's a terrible thing they're doing to our country, and they're doing.
So as we've seen for quite some time now, he has this confusing and obsessive hatred for windmills. He acts like it's because of a concern for the birds and the whales. I've previously debunked the whales part of that. Windmills are not posing any notable risk to whales. And then birds, do windmills kill some birds? They do. But interestingly, as US News and World Report points out, in reality, wind turbines kill far fewer birds in the US than cats, buildings, or cars, according to a 2015 study. And apparently that was the most up-to-date research on bird mortalities in the United States. So if he cares about the birds, he should start with those other things, I guess. Cats, the real culprit. And also, why are we taking seriously Trump's analysis on windmills when he's the guy who previously claimed that they cause cancer? I don't know. Then you have this moment from Trump.
It's a great country. And by the way, it's not a great country anymore. It's a total mess. Our country is not a great country anymore. Our country is a mess. You remember CAG, Keep America Great. I couldn't use it. I said America's not great now. I wanted to say Keep America
the US is
great.
a mess
Can you
right now.
even imagine if Joe Biden said that? If Joe Biden said our country is no longer great, Fox News would go nuclear, the likes of which you've never seen before. The right is constantly accusing the left of hating America. Those radical leftists hate this country. And of course, I can't speak for every person who's on the left, but for me, the way that you love your country is by trying to improve it and improve the lives of its citizens and serve people the best that you possibly can. But often to do that, we have to identify the problems in the country as they currently are so that we can address them and change them. But previously, many conservatives would call those complaints, discussions about systemic issues, hating America. If you hate everything so much, why don't you just leave? They'd say. But now their dear leader is going around saying the country's not great and they don't care at all. Again, just imagine if Joe Biden or Barack Obama ever said that. The right-wing media ecosystem would go crazy. For years after that, they would say, these America-hating Democrats, I guess they already say that, but they would say it even stronger. And then it's not a Trump speech without him obsessing over Xi Jinping.
The whole thing is not believable. Can you imagine President Xi of China, powerful kind of a guy? They hate when I say that. Oh, you're saying nice things now. He controls 1.4 billion people rather ruthlessly, right? Can you imagine when he sees this guy?
He just wishes that he could be Xi Jinping. It's that simple. Which is why he constantly praises him. By the way, I just filmed yesterday episode 3 of Mochas with MAGA, sat down with a few Trump supporters. One guy stormed off during an interview. It was crazy. One guy came and was trying to pretend like he was a Trump supporter, but he obviously wasn't. He was just trying to get on camera or something. It was very strange. We had to kick him out. Very hectic film day. But that episode will be uploaded while I'm off on break next week. But in one of the moments, I brought up the fact that Trump constantly praises Xi Jinping. And one of the Trump supporters said he had never heard Trump say that. It genuinely confuses me so much, the fact that some of the people who support Trump the most know the least about what he's doing and saying day to day. As all of you know, Trump can't get through a speech without obsessing over Xi Jinping. Unprompted, he just rants about that. Oh, the media doesn't like me saying this. The media barely covers you saying this now. But he just constantly has to bring it up. Or Vladimir Putin or Kim Jong-un, they're so strong and so smart and powerful. But still, somehow, many of his followers have no idea. And that applies to also his call for the termination of the Constitution. Most of them don't even believe that he posted that on Truth Social. It's his account. It's there. And it's so many other things they just don't keep up with. So I'll never understand it. You have the guy's name on your shirt. At least keep up with what he's doing and saying day to day. But no, that's too much for them to do, I guess. And then one more moment from this speech. This.
Minneapolis, where they took over the police station. They took it over and they burned it down. By the way, what happened to those people? Are those people in jail with the J6 hostages? What happened to those people, come to think of it? They're not in jail with the J6 hostages. I don't call them prisoners, I call them hostages. They're hostages.
So people who attacked the Capitol on January 6th are hostages, according to Trump. Not prisoners, but hostages. So now we have a political movement in the country that praises, celebrates, honors those who tried to block the peaceful transfer of power, stormed the Capitol. That's where we are.
Alright guys, this was a video. First of all, let me say one thing. Right now, it is very difficult to say who is going to win, Biden or Trump in November 2024. Because when I saw the ratio of supporters in the comment section, this is just like half Trump supporters, half Biden supporters. Everything just got mixed up. I cannot judge the exact ratio strength of Biden supporters or Trump supporters. You can tell me in the comment section, are you supporting Biden? Are you supporting Trump? So I can judge from the comments. And one more thing, please tell me in the comment section. Right now, US is great. What do you think? As Trump was saying, US is mess now. Right now, US is mess. And he was just, saying everybody to hate this country. So what is your opinion on this issue? You can tell me in the comment section. I'm waiting for your comments. And please make sure to subscribe to my channel. And please excuse my accent. I'm not a native speaker. So I'm trying to learn this American accent. I know the British accent, but I'm trying to learn the American accent as well. So that's it for today. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye.